The Me Too movement. Me Too! I've been raped, been molested. Me too. Yeah, most of us have, actually, unfortunately. I mean, to one degree or another. I'm talking about you had an uncle or a neighbor that used to glare at you when you were in your swimsuit, or, emotional incest, where you talk too much to your kids, or your parents talk to you too about shit they shouldn't, or it doesn't even have to be sexual. It can just be too heavy, but the looks. The knowing that old men are undressing you with their eyes and you're 7, you're just like, ah! From that, from that minor all the way up to, gang rape and getting beaten and all this crap. There's so many shades in between, inappropriate touching, or somebody brushing up against your boob, or doing the reach around. I used to hate that shit. These nasty old fucking men. You're just a little girl and you're posing for a picture and they put their arm around you and then they just take that hand and they just gotta, it is so unbelievable. They do this in family photos, in photos of cookouts and group photos. It's just fucking ridiculous. And you can't say shit. You cannot say anything. What are you going to say when there's 20 adults around and you've been hanging out with these adults since you were born and they're all laughing and partying together and Uncle John or whatever touched your no, I'm sorry, no, not Uncle John. My kids have an Uncle John. Uncle John would never touch anybody's tit. Trust me, he's gay. But anyway, God bless Uncle John. I miss him. He's my ex-brother-in-law. But no, let's say Uncle Fred. We don't have an Uncle Fred. We don't just want to reach around, do a little squeeze. Why are we not why do we not tell? Because we're going to be shamed. They're not going to remove the perpetrator from our midst, and we're going to have to continue to sit down at dinner with them. This is why we don't tell. And then when you're at work, you got to keep working right next to this motherfucker until the investigation is done. Do you know how uncomfortable this is? Then you got a whole bunch of people in the office or at the workplace that love this guy. What's your fucking problem, Karen? You sit there thinking, bitch, he didn't do anything to you. Why don't you just grow a pair of tits, or why don't you grow a pair of... They literally come down on the women that are speaking up. I never said a word my whole life. I'm not a feminist. I'm not like, oh, men suck. I hate them all. Blah, blah. No, I love men. I think men are fabulous. I've had a hard time picking just one, but I did. Finally, I got Len. But I love men. I love women too. Not that way, but some of them have wanted to love me that way. You're really gay, Karen. We think you should give it a try before you get married. And this girl kissed me. I was like, well... Nope, I'm straight. But anyway, God bless her heart. She was pretty. She was in the army. That was a couple of... Look, they got me trashed. And they put me in the back seat. And drove me home. And then she kissed me on the way home. But anyway, whatever. I think God forgave me. I think he did. Look, it's hard to tell. It's very, very hard to tell. There's just it's like when you hear somebody tell the story, why don't you just tell this bitch all? Why don't you? It sounds simple in the moment, but it's just it's not simple. It's not simple. I'm thinking we should be more blatant about it, like this guy's trying to reach down this girl's shirt at work and stuff. Grab him by the wrist, punch him in the fucking face. Don't say anything. What's he gonna do? Are other people gonna see the scuffle? What are they gonna think's happening? Don't say a word. That's my thought about it. Let's do it like that. Let's just start grabbing and punching. Don't say a word. It'd be like, what'd you do that for? Why don't you ask him? He knows. Ho ho! See you later, YouTube.